This video is going to show how to archive your fields. So at the end of the season, all of your data will be stored and archived, and the reason for doing it is that it will remove the potential for a lot of confusion if you're putting sensors in different fields the following years, or different base stations in different locations the following years. Archiving your fields will make sure that you kind of start fresh in the next season. So from this fields details page, if I just go to more and click archive field, and it will have me confirm this information about seasonal rainfall and irrigation. Just make sure all this information is correct. Push continue, and now this is just asking what is the relevant data that we have to select here. So what was the growing season? When were these sensors actually in the soil taking readings? So I'm not sure when that exactly is for this field, but we'll just say it was in early May. Push continue. Do you know your yield? If I click yes, it's going to take me here to your yield per acre, bushels or pounds. If I don't know the yield, it's just going to ask me what my target yield was and how I thought I performed relative to the target yield. Variety, soil. A lot of this data will have already been inputted when you added the field, including the plant date and harvest date. Continue. And now, if I click that button, my field will be archived, and it will no longer show on the Fields Overview page. It will be on the Archive tab down here. I'm not going to do this right now because it will mess up the demo account, but just wanted our users to get the idea here. Again, a reason for doing this, outside of just having the data or wanting the data or needing to submit it for cost share purposes through the NRCS or maybe a local water district or watershed that may have funding for sensors and weather stations and tools like that. One thing that we found is that our producers are really liking to go through the data at the end of the season and really look at what happened, almost like, I guess, to use a sports analogy, to be watching film after the game to kind of see what decisions did I make irrigation wise, and how did that affect my crop. Finally, I guess the last reason, which I alluded to at the beginning of the video, is just that if you archive the field, it marks those sensors as inactive. So if you go and take those same sensors that were in field A last year and put them 3 miles away in field B, things aren't confusing where the sensors in field B are now showing up in field A, if that makes sense. So it's just a way to keep all the hardware organized at the end of the year as well.